How involved was the Japanese in Japanese wrestling were the Yakuza?
Well, it's like saying every Italian's a gangster.
Right.
Okay.
Just a myth.
Right.
Okay.
It's a basic myth. The Japanese, it's more like a business sense. Some guys have money. It's like, oh, he's mafia, like, because he's got his hair cut like that and
Right.
he's Italian, or why he's mafia because he dresses up and wants to act a little hard, or, he might have a drinking bar or something.
Right.
Is there, there ain't no Soprano stories over there. You're not finding bodies anywhere. It's more mythological, it's like, gangster, oh, no, don't,
Right.
like that.
What did you hear about when the president of FMW actually hung himself?
I just found out about that recently. Mr. Arai was a very nice man, good guy, always very pleasant. It made me sad now, and I was shocked because he was always there. He's the one who paid us all the time. He was the office. He didn't speak very much English, but he was a very pleasant Japanese gentleman with great business, skills and standards, high ethics, respected us, treated us well. And I think when FMW lost money in the Japanese wrestling, pretty much hit bottom now.
Right.
It goes back to traditional old school pride, when they did the Harry.
Right.
It was like, that was the honorable way out for him.
Are you surprised at Mick Foley's success?
Not at all.
You knew he was going to make it?
He's another unique character. He's worked with Victor too. I remember one time in ECW, I was in Fort Lauderdale, at the War Memorial. They were talking to him, and he was going to do his first tour of Japan. And I said, I'd been doing merchandising over there also. I said, Mick, man, he said, you're going to go over there. I said, you got a great gimmick. You got the Cactus Jack. You're doing, the hardcore stuff. You're going to go there. I said, have merchandise and stuff ready. And I talked to him about that when he came over. He had T-shirts made. You'd go out there and take pictures with him. And he'd make more merchandising than you would on your payday. He was always well-spoken, nice guy, and smart. He took advantage of that situation. Like when the first time Vinny called him, you look at him, right, he's not Mr. Muscles or
Right.
Body Donna. He'd do some crazy stuff. Okay, he had that mind to think outside the box. Bang, bang, or nobody, what's he going to do when he came off the top of that cage, through that table or through the cages? And it's taken a toll on his body, but then he was smart enough to write his, memoirs down. I said, what? This would be a great idea. Instead of thinking about it, he did something. One thing I always tell a lot of people, I said, there's 3 types of people in this world. You make things happen, you watch what happened, or you wonder what happened. If you're watching and wondering, you're not making it.
True.
Someone else is. And he made things happen.
What led you to retire?
I was getting, like I spoke to you a second ago, I was starting to break down.
Right.
I was coming out of the matches hurt. After 10 years in Japan doing the hardcore, the suplexes through the tables, your body, you start aging. I was 42 years old, and I realistically look at it. Can I fight with the young guys right now? Can I go toe-to-toe like I used to? I get in the ring with King Kong Bundy. I know he's going to hit me hard. I said, can I get in the ring with a Brock Lesnar and give him a run for his money? They're big, powerful, different style, go heads up like that and do it every night. And I honestly said no. I was talking to Terry one time, and he was talking about Stan Hansen. He said, yeah, Stan Hansen always said, after 40 years old, get your ass out of this business. And he was laughing at him because, yeah, Stan's over 40, and he's still over at All Japan. And we were laughing about it. He said, me too. And like talking about Harley and Fritz von Erich, the guys who had stayed in it longer. And
Look at Flair, he's still on top.
Right.
Huh.
But what we were discussing is you're not the wrestler that you were. You're hanging on to your past. You're living on your name. You truly aren't. Granted, our belts are given to us because you're champion and it's a business issue, but you truly deserve the belt that they give you. When you know that there's talent out there that can work circles around you, that should be the true champion. So it was based on that. I came home, looked at my wife. I didn't have any problems over there that tour, and I said that was my last tour. I said that's it.
Were you ever offered to come back?
Nope, they never contacted me. And
Would you
I
ever?
have been offered, you know, whether you want to come over for this, but the Japanese pro wrestling businesses, everybody's divided. So it's like divide and conquer. It's, yeah, you got two top guys from this company, top guys from this company, one guy from here. Everybody wants to start their own business, and it's not drawing. They've killed themselves.
Last year, WWE.com printed a story that you had passed away. How did you find out about it?
My mother called me. She said, "Michael, you all right?" "Yeah." "Why?" "Because they're reporting that you're dead." I said, "Mom, I'm not dead."
Right. Did you have to call the office and tell them, or?
It upset her way more than it upset me. Because I said, "Look, for 7 years I have done nothing. When I told you I retired, I never contacted anybody again. I never did an independent show in the States. I hadn't done anything. I just went about, you know, being normal again. And all of a sudden that I'm dead, and I died of natural causes in Maryland when I lived in North Carolina." I thought, you know.
Who started the rumor?
Have no idea.
Huh.
I never really said, "Wow, how can you do this to me?" So Greg Oliver up in Canada, he does like a talk show. He said, you know, "This is me. I verified things that I done." So I'm not dead. I don't know how this got started. And the people like, "Are you upset about it?" And I said, "No, I'm happy. I'm alive. Why would I be upset about it?" So it's actually led to a lot of good things. We've been trying to contact you for years. Are you interested? And we're wrestling again. Do you want to do conventions, or do you want to do Legends of the Ring stuff? And I've taken it up on a few offers, and it's been a tremendous opportunity. It's nice to know that people appreciated what you do, because your ego, you know, in this business after years, you're only somebody because people appreciate what you do.
Any regrets looking back?
Like back in my WWF days, I wish I would have moderation. I wish I'd been a bit more moderate and not as extreme. I always found the hard time one way or the other. You go all the way and then some, or just, you know, that moderate, be it with alcohol or drug use or just hard living. But it's been fantastic. It's taken me around the world numerous times. I've got to meet so many people and go so many places and do so many things, and getting paid to do what you love is a wonderful thing. It's not many people have a job that they love doing and look forward to doing it year after year after year after year. I regret that I can't do it longer, because I can't find another job like I've had over, you know, the last 20 years of traveling the world, kicking ass, partying, having fun, and making really good money doing it. It's I see people, and they sit there at the computer every day, and they're going to do it the next day, the next day, the next day, the next day, the year after year after year, just to look for 2 weeks off to go somewhere. I'm like, being normal is very hard for me.
Huh. Fondest memories?
The people that I've met and were lucky enough to spend time with, from the Terry Funks and the Mike Awesomes, the Hulk Hogans, the Vince McMahons, the fans. It's working Harley in Kemper Arena. There's sometimes you'll just sit there and drive by a place and smile and say, "I remember that night and it was great." And having the opportunity to entertain people and
No, it's going down. I got 1 minute left, so.
entertain people and them appreciating and remembering what I did, and like my